If you missed part 1, click the link to see Sydney and I create the ultimate batch party bag and survival kit.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Wedding Wire channel. It's party time. It is time for the last hurrah before you say I do. It's time for your bachelorette party. Since I've only been to one batch party in my life, I could use some help. Enter Sydney.
Hi everyone.
Sydney works closely with the Wedding Wire shop, so she will know exactly what we'll need as well as help me answer all those questions.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Are you up for the challenge?
I am.
I was looking at the Wedding Wire forum, which is a great place for all things wedding. So there are tons of questions and answers surrounding wedding planning, batch parties, wedding dress shopping. Have you checked it out?
I have. There's so many great questions and answers there. It's a great resource.
So let's answer some of those questions.
Okay, let's do it.
A question we get a lot is, when is the right time to have the batch party?
So I think it's any time before the big day. So depending on schedules, climate, weather, all of those things.
Yeah, and if you are planning your batch party around a specific holiday, that's something to take in consideration.
Yep. I mean, I think any time before, except for maybe the night before.
Yeah, because you'll need those no regret sunglasses.
Exactly.
Another popular question we get asked a lot is, what are some ideas for a batch party that doesn't involve clubs or bars?
So I think one that's really fun, which we kind of alluded to before, was slumber parties. Like bringing all your friends together, watching movies, eating popcorn, drinking wine. That sounds like a fun night with everybody.
And having some cheese with that wine.
Definite cheese.
And you can kind of like upgrade that slumber party idea by renting out an Airbnb or a hotel suite. Mm-hmm. Another idea is some sort of self-care weekend.
Yeah.
So turning your backyard into a Zen space, hiring a yoga instructor, a great way to just de-stress before your wedding.
If your maid of honor asks you what you want to do, how much is appropriate to ask for?
Great question. At the end of the day, it is your party, so be honest and upfront with your maid of honor. For example, maybe saying what you don't want, but then offer a counter suggestion to spark inspiration.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't want to go clubbing, but I do really love doing spa day.
This way you can have an open conversation with your maid of honor to make sure everybody's on board with themes, budget, etc. Now we're getting into those tough questions, all about budgeting. How much is it okay to ask people to spend on the batch party?
So I think this is always an awkward conversation, but you really have to have it. You know, I think being straightforward, ask the party what their budgets are, what they are kind of looking for, and then kind of determine and back into it that way. I mean, tends to, cost you add up, but you just have to kind of figure out what will work.
Totally. I think it's a conversation that needs to happen right at the start. Mm-hmm. This way you have a budget or you have numbers you can work with, and then you can research, you can compare deals, and then go from there.
Right.
Another question we get asked a lot, can you throw your own batch party?
I think the answer is yes.
I mean, I'm throwing my own batch party.
We've already got the swag. We're good.
I think it's a yes. I think batch parties now don't have to be your typical, okay, let's go away for the weekend. It can be going to your favorite restaurant, inviting your groom, inviting his friends, inviting whoever, your family, and celebrating.
Yeah, I think, you don't have to rely on your maid of honor or your mom to do these plannings. That you can do it yourself if you have a plan.
But if you aren't planning your own batch party, who is?
So I think, again, it could be anyone that you feel comfortable with doing the planning. So your maid of honor, one of your other friends in the party, maybe your sister. It really could be anybody.
Totally. Or it could be you.
Yep.
And my beautiful bag. Another budgeting question, how do you plan an affordable batch party?
So I think one of the ways is keeping it close to home.
Yeah.
So if you're doing it where everyone lives, that obviously is going to cut costs. I think limiting the amount of days, maybe it doesn't have to be a whole weekend, it could just be one night. And then choosing affordable activities, again, not jet setting somewhere really expensive, but going to one of your favorite restaurants, doing a movie night, things like that.
Those are great ideas. Anything that involves airfare is going to cost more.
Yep.
So choose something, like you said, that is close to home. And also save where you can. You don't have to go to that 5-star restaurant when there's a restaurant that's a little bit cheaper that's just as good.
Agreed. Who do you invite to your batch party?
Obviously invite your wedding party, but nowadays you're seeing anybody can be invited to these parties, whether it's your partner and their friends, your family. The more the merrier at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I just recently went to a batch party where I wasn't part of the bridal party, but I still got invited, and it was a huge group of us. It was so fun.
I love a good party. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out the Wedding Wire shop for all your batch essentials and the Wedding Wire forums for all your answers to all those questions. Thank you so much, Sydney, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, and we'll see you next time.